Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Gareth, back off our Saudi adventures, the first time I bumped back into you. We will go into the little thing that just happened between you and Eddie. I couldn't even hear half of what was going on. The microphone was in the middle, but first things first, we're here, Jr-Benn Fight Week, Chris Eubank Jr, we're on the red carpet. It does feel pretty big.
It does. Yeah, I saw you got your camera video out when Eddie and I were having... It wasn't half... No, we were just genuinely talking about... I've got my views on their decisions and how they do things around Anthony Joshua and what makes sense. You know, people can say what they like on Twitter sphere and Instagram and on social media and all those things. You know, when you've been working in the sport a long time, you have to try and understand it, and you see the nuance and the layers of things that are going on. I do not believe, and I said at the beginning, it was the right time for Anthony Joshua to have a fight with Tyson Fury, and that was my view. And I was watching all the movement. I study it every day. It's what I do, and I talk to lots of different sources. And Eddie didn't really have a beef. I saw him pointing at me saying, people like him, da-da-da. So I went over and had a chat with him, and I said, look, I did an interview with IFL TV and just said, my view is that Eddie's backed Joshua out facing here, and that's just how it's worked for them, and we just had a chat about it. It's not, I did call him out in the street. He didn't want to do it. He's much bigger than me. He's got very big body shots, and you know, I'm too old for him anyway. But it's the bottom line is we'd love to see Joshua and Fury in a ring. It's not going to happen right now. I was very sceptical all the way along, and I think, as I say, they've backed out facing it. It's not the right time. I think Fury would have taken it, I think Joshua would have taken it, but it wasn't the right time, either commercially or contractually for Anthony Joshua. That's my view.
Right, so we will go into Fury, AJ. This fight has been dubbed as the trilogy. A fight that sort of years, I suppose, in the making, but also a weird one in the fact that, you know, Chris Eubank Jr is coming down, Conor's going up, but everything in that gives intricacy. Gareth's on the puff bars. Look.
That's a vape.
Let's have a look. I'm sure that's a puff, but no, I'm not. No, not puff like that. Puff as in like that's what they're called. Like that's what. Yeah, puff bars.
At times, yeah. No, it's a vape.
That's what I meant. Yeah, that's the one. Elf bar.
It's passion fruit, kiwi passion fruit, and guava. I'm nervous after the tete-a-tete with Eddie Hearn, so I need a little smoke.
Get the little nicotine rush in. Yeah, this fight, just talk through it. What do we see? You know, do we see Jr-Benn coming out being that brute? Do we see Eubank trying to box? Do we see Eubank maybe a style that we haven't really seen recently from Eubank?
Well, it's a big step up for Jr-Benn. It's a proper test for him. We know that Chris Eubank is world level. I think he is. He's fought world level opponents. Anyway, might not have beaten them all. But he certainly acquitted himself well. He's the bigger man. He's got the weight cuts that Conor doesn't have to do. I've been in camp with Conor a little bit. He's fantastic. His energy's phenomenal. He enthuses you about what he's going to do. He is going to take it to Chris Eubank. And if Chris Eubank is too lazy in this fight and falls into those patterns like he did against people like Liam Williams, and he takes it too easy in the fight, he could come unstuck in the late rounds because fatigue could kick in. As we know, these are real things in boxing. He's got an extreme weight cut, one he hasn't done since he was a teenager, and fatigue could come in late in the fight. That's why a lot of people fancy Jr-Benn and his work rate. How much power Jr-Benn has, we don't know yet. He's only knocked out veteran world title challengers. What is Benn's power against someone like Eubank, whose tensile strength may disappear late in the fight? Cheeky Charlie, I really don't know. Cheeky Charlie Parsons, I really don't know.
I didn't even know you knew my name, Gareth, to be honest.
Cheeky Charlie Parsons. I say it every morning as I went, Cheeky Charlie Parsons. I'll say it tonight as I go to bed, Cheeky Charlie Parsons. And you should be called Cheeky Charlie Parsons from now on. I think it's Chris Eubank's fight to lose. It wouldn't surprise me if either man won. I just think it'll go 12 rounds, it'll be controversial, and they'll fight again.
Bold, but I suppose the stars would align to make that at least. Senior's come out. Obviously, we saw his comments saying the fight's off, and now he's saying boycott the fight. What do you think?
There's two things here I've got to say. First of all, as a father and a grandfather myself, he lost his son Sebastian. You cannot criticise a father or a grandfather for the love of their child or the loss of their child. So you have to understand some emotions that have come up in him. Christopher Eubank Sr is a very closed person. He's an extraordinary character, someone I've known for a very long time. I'm very fond of him. He's a phenomenal personality. He was an amazing boxer. He's a very deep human being. And I think we have to respect his feelings are coming out there. Genuine human emotions.
Fatherly feeling.
Yeah. But I think the other side of it is his son's signed to this. He's had a long time to say this before. He waited a long time to say it. I think Chris Eubank Jr. is going to be fine in this fight. Or I hope they all are. Physically, mentally, emotionally, in terms of any kind of damage they take. And I hope he's there in the corner for his son on the night. No, they're not going to boycott it. This will be DAZN's biggest pay-per-view ever, arguably. One of those. I don't know the figures, actually. That's probably exaggerating. But I reckon it'll be around 650,000 mark. Massive interest in this fight. You have to respect his opinions, but at the same time, I think there's no stopping this fight. Look where we are. It's Monday night. It's launch night. I mean, can you swing your camera around and show this? Have you shown this yet?
I haven't yet.
No, look at this. Look at this. It's amazing. Look, it's absolutely amazing what they've done here. This red carpet tonight, because it's a special fight. It's born rivals, it's a legacy, it's family legacy on the line. Blood is thicker than water, remember, and this is going to be, I think, an amazing atmosphere and a great event.
Well, Gareth, a sensational interview. Thank you very much, and I'm sure we'll catch up once again this week.
Cheeky Charlie Parsons.
Thank you, Gareth Davies, for speaking to me. I love it. Boxing so